Hello. Um, Welcome back. This is 10 things I want you to hear about that DIORPIUM wants you to hear. I just want to start off. This isn't one of the points, but underrated beverage that I make: cucumber, lemon, lime, and a cup of sugar, and a big, I don't know how many ounces, but a big jug. And then if it's too sweet, just eat a couple sweet ones. You know what I'm saying? Or just like pour it out in a glass with some ice and water it down. That'll make it way better. Yeah, that shit is really good. And you know what's in it, so you don't gotta be worried about anything fake or whatnot. I know it's on our minds a lot these days. Anyway, we'll just start off. Number one, talk about how you met a UFC photographer on the plane to UFC Des Moines. Justin Renfro, I believe is how you pronounce it. Justin.Renfro. I will put his Instagram somewhere on the screen. Bro, he's just a straight G. Let's just kind of. I guess I'll just say how it went down. I was in Kansas City, and I had got off the plane from Atlanta to Kansas City because there was like a mid flight or whatever you call that shit to go to Des Moines because it's like a smaller airport. But I flew from Atlanta to Kansas City, Missouri. And then I got off the plane on my gate, went to my other gate to fly to Des Moines, and as I'm walking there, I'm wearing my UFC 314 shirt, Miami, went to Miami, whatever, for just like walking to the airport, whatever. It's UFC day vibes. I'm flying early that Saturday morning, and I see I think this lady just come like she recognized, not even recognized me. I'm not famous or anything, but like she like sees my shirt. She's like, "Oh, are you going to UFC?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And we're in the same gate or whatever. And then we're talking or whatever. She's like, "Have you heard of my husband?" I was like, and she was like, "He's fighting on the card." I was like, "No, who?" And then she was like, "Jeremy Stevens, Little Heathen." I'm like, "All right, that's crazy." Met Jeremy Stevens' wife or ex-wife, I don't know. She seemed chill though. I didn't really sit there and talk to her, but she seemed like a vibe. Seemed like there was something going on. Who knows? She was by herself, and she said the whole family was there. She's flying by alone. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, I get on the plane. Walking to the back to my seat, or I think it's a Southwest flight. And I think Southwest you can just pick any seat or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But I sit next to the UFC photographer Justin, and he's in my shirt. He's like, "Oh, you going to the fights?" And then we just start chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, look, I'm actually a photographer," and was telling me that he's gonna go take photos of the event that night or later that day. So it's just crazy or whatever the chances of me sitting to some random happens to be someone that's literally cage side taking photos of RDR exposing Bo Nichols' Plato's stomach. But anyway, getting to it, it was chill. We're talking on the plane the whole time, and you know when you talk, bro, like especially if you are a fighter, if you ever cut weight, you're in the sauna and you need someone to be in there to talk with. It just makes time go by faster. Or if you're driving home, say you call your mom or your uncle or your sibling, or whatever, they the drive goes by fast, time goes by fast when you're having fun. They say, but yeah, but the flight was like I think either like 45 minutes or an hour, very short, slight flight. But we were talking the whole time, made the flight go by in like a second. But that was really good, short flight. But then we're chopping it up, whatever, and then all of a sudden he's asking for a ride. We just chill, whatever. Me and my friend Christian, the dude who's picking me up, shout out Muniz. He picks me up from the Kansas or no the Des Moines airport, and the Wells Fargo Arena was pretty close. I think it was like 10, 15 minutes. Des Moines more of like a smaller city compared to like the cities we have in the U.S. or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Gave him a ride, telling or talking about it. I was telling my friend Christian, I was like, "Yo, he's a UFC photographer. Was bless him, give him a ride, whatever." Said he would give him money for gas, never did. Who cares? It is what it is. He's on a budget, and I respect it. I'm not hating. But um, on the flight, he was telling me about. And keep in mind, this was way back in like I think June or May or something like that. I honestly forgot. But so UFC Chicago hadn't happened yet. But he was telling us about the future UFC cards or whatever. Obviously, so he was talking about they're gonna go back to Chicago, they're gonna go to Qatar, they're gonna go to where else did he say? He said something about Minneapolis, but no, that obviously hasn't happened yet. Hopefully that happens, early next year. But he's not like exposing anything. Those cards or whatever already rumored, so it's not like he's telling me top secret information that I can't repeat. Whatever, there's no NDA signed, but that was pretty chill. Now we're like, I'm not saying we're friends, whatever, but we just be chopping it up on Instagram sometimes, talking about like fights and our picks and whatnot, and if he's gonna be there. That's pretty cool. The last thing or the last time I guess I talked to him was he was at Dirty Boxing in Nashville. He was talking about my teammate. Not even my teammate. My yeah, I guess my teammate is the right term for that. I feel like there's something else. I don't know. But that he's like, yo, get him in contact with me and I'll get some photos. We'll make it sick or whatever. Blah blah blah. If I didn't go good, that never happened. It is what it is. You live and you learn. Anyway, moving on to number two. Shout out Justin again. Whatever. Number two. I'm seeing Charlie Kirk's face put onto literally anything and everything. I feel like I might get in trouble for some reason if I put some pictures on the screen, so I'm not going to. But we've all seen them. You've seen them. I just guess I'll talk about my personal favorite ones. I really like the Charlie Kirk AI put on the X's face. And this is kind of a different thing, but I love every time. Listen, I don't like it when people pass away. It's very sad or whatever. But to bring some light to the joke, I love it when someone random on the internet halves X's face. You know the picture of him with blue hair, like with anyone else that has recently passed away. Not making fun of their death. It's a sad, terrible thing that happens, but it always brings me a crackle when I'm sad because they died. So shout out whoever does that. It's probably some different guy every time. But yeah, I think the Charlie Kirk on an X AI matchup was pretty good. Or my favorite one is the Charlie Kirk Shaquille O'Neal or the you know what I'm saying? That shit's pretty funny. Um, I guess obviously the King Von one is pretty funny too, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think the meme is almost kind of dying out right now. So this isn't like groundbreaking information that none of you guys know about. We all know about it. We all see it. We all like it. We all laugh at it. It's funny. Number three, not really bouncing off that, but you know, Instagram reel, brain rot, brain damage. Number three. I will literally do whatever it takes to stop seeing Blueface and Christine Rock on my Instagram reels. It was so good when Blueface was in prison and Christine fell off. Bro, I don't even want to talk about it because my phone hears me and it's going to push it. So I'm literally not doing anything to help my case right now, but because I'm talking about it and my phone's listening. But can Blueface go back to prison and Christine Rock go to rehab or something? Who am I? Nobody to be commenting on that, but come on, it's so annoying, bro. Yes, Blueface. Wow, Blueface went to prison and got built. He got some art done on his face. Wow, so cool. Keep on pushing that to me, please. I need that. I need Christine Rock eating out of a fucking what do you call that? When a catering setup type thing that everyone eats out of, using the scoop that the person that's scooping the food on their plate and using that to eat her own mac and cheese like a fucking animal. That's disgusting. I'm getting upset thinking about this because it's so much in my face. I'm tired of these fucking clips, bro. I know people aren't defined by clips. That's what everyone's saying, and that's okay. And I agree with that because you're only seeing like 30 seconds of this person's life in that moment. But bro, they're like genuinely, it's just like all it does is promote like borderline domestic violence, neglect. I'm not saying the Blueface and them are like good, bad parents or whatever. I'm not bringing their kids into this. That's not even. I'm not even getting to that. But can my Instagram please stop pushing that? I hate Christine Rock. Blueface is cool or whatever. Not even cool, but I don't hate him. But I hate Christine Rock. So if we could please stop fucking pushing that on me, I would love that. Um, like I said, literally do anything it takes. So please start spewing some ideas. Let's come to terms here, Instagram. Number four, Steve Garcia is ranked number 8 now, and I think he should get a top 5 shot. And I think Yair Rodriguez makes sense. The only thing that worries me about that is that Yair I think a month ago, or I think I seen he got hand surgery or leg surgery or something like that. So he probably is gonna be out, and like he loves to do, just sit on his top ranking spot and not fight ever, literally. But yeah, I think Steve Garcia would bitch out Yair Rodriguez and just knock him out. Honestly, wouldn't even be surprised if he TKO'd him in the first round. I'm not trying to say Steve Garcia is this otherworldly beast, but what I'm trying to say is Yair Rodriguez currently nowadays is shit. And we all know this. I fuck with Yair. Trust me, I really do. Me and my friend Christian play UFC 5 all the time. And we have Yair versus Yair, and we're fucking question mark kicking, fucking rolling, thundering, Superman punching, axe kicking, whatever. We all have fun. Everyone that plays UFC knows that Yair has the deepest tool bag, and we fuck with that. That's why everyone loves playing with Yair, and that's why when I play online, people leave when I click Yair because they know just the stigma around that character and how people can be sweaty with him or whatever. So I wish the video game resembled real life, but it does not. Because Yair, I think, is scared to go forward, which it is what it is. But listen, like I said, I'm not trying to hate Yair Rodriguez. I love Yair. Like I said, I really am a big fan. I got to see him in Miami fight Pitbull. That fight is why I think Steve Garcia would absolutely maul him, and it makes sense. It'd be his top 5 spot for getting a first round finish against Steve Onama, or not Steve Onama. What's his name? David Onama. And I think with a dominant win like that, all that's deserved is a top 5 spot. Let's get some new movement in the featherweight division. Steve Garcia definitely deserves a chance at that. I originally matched him up with Gene Silva, but I think to it now that I looked at the rankings and Gene Silva was like ranked 11th. And also I hear rumors of Gene Silva match up with Arnold Allen. Finally, an Arnold Allen fight. I've been needing that. I've been missing that. I love Arnold Allen. Please don't lose to Gene Silva. But yeah, my original fight was Gene Silva versus Stevie Garcia. But besides hearing about that rumor, I would just like thought the rankings, the lineup, all that, it didn't really make sense, or it didn't even seem like it'd be fair for Steve Garcia. I could see him. Listen, if he wasn't on a fight streak, I'd say defend your number 8 spot against somebody, and maybe it'd make more sense. But he's on a win streak. He's obviously showing that he's different than the rest. He's cut from a different cloth, or whatever they say. So yeah, Yair versus Steve Garcia. Yair's obviously healing, so it'd have to be probably towards the middle of next year. I don't want Steve to have to stay out that long, but I would if I was him. That's probably the easiest fight right now in the top 5. But number 5, talk about the time I sparred Baby Goose. I've only sparred him one time. If you know, Reese Watkins, Georgia's favorite the state of Georgia's favorite fighter in the United States of America. Number 1 Waffle House repper. Number 1 damage inflictor, maybe number 2 besides Ron, but Reese is further in his career, so he'll take the number 1 spot for now. Anyway, yeah, I've only seen him like in the flesh like a couple times ever, and he will be a great fighter one day and actually like be ranked, and I can see that. And so it's just crazy that I get to spar him now or whatever, even though it only was once. I'm not trying to overglaze or whatever. Baby Goose is Baby Goose, but what happened? I think it was a week or 2 before my fight week, and he was just there. I think it was honestly an open mat, like it might have been a holiday, and so I think Cass had an open mat or something. Shout out Combat Cass. But he was already on the mat. I see him sparring Ron. I think I'm with James at this point. I'm like, I'm not sparring Baby Goose when I go in there. Let's go in there. And I go in there, and what do? Instantly, I spar Baby Goose. Everything that was going through my head was death and destruction, but not on my side. I knew he wasn't gonna kill me. You could tell he just could tell that I was a weak human being compared to him. So he obviously just jabbed me to death. And he has a similar jab to Corey Jackson where it's just like goes straight through you. The first one hurts not hurts, but it's a lot. It just snaps your head back respectfully. And then they feint it. And then you get caught with something else because they're already in your head off of a jab. It's pretty insane, the levels to this shit. But that's all I'm saying. I really believe Reese will be ranked in UFC someday in his life. Shit, I hope he becomes champ, but I'm not too familiar. I'm not from here. I need to pay more attention to regional MMA. But basically, we're sparring or whatever. He hits me with some kick. I don't even know what it is. It's like one of these. Let me see if this helps or whatever. He's like, like this. He steps and then his foot, the back of his foot, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. He was just styling off because he obviously felt no threat by me or whatever. But basically, besides getting styled on, I really just couldn't do anything, and I might have landed a 1-2 at one point, but I honestly think I'm making that up to make myself sound better than I actually am. So, yeah, shout out Baby Goose. I can't wait for his next fight. Okay, Baby Goose's upcoming fight is against Dolan Wilson, who is 9-5. Baby Goose is 5-2 right now. He's coming off 2 losses. Unfortunately, they are decisions though. They're not finishes. He ain't no hoe. But if you're not familiar, let me just put you on game now. Even though a lot of people in Georgia are familiar, but this might reach worldwide. Baby Goose Reese Watkins, obviously welterweight, 5'11", 23 years old, young as fuck. Give him time, he's good. Fighting out of American Top Team, Team Lima, and Extreme Couture. So he's sparring with Sean Strickland and all of them. He's a scrapper. He's a scrapper. But yeah, bro, he's fucking crazy. Number 10 pound for pound. In Georgia, out of 262 people. Number 3 pro welterweight out of 11 coming out of Georgia. Yeah, he's pretty fucking. You need to get with the know, basically. Anyway, but I'm glad he's getting a tune-up fight. I hope it is a tune-up fight. The dude's a 9-5. So, my shout out means nothing yet, but shout out, baby goose. Going on to the next one. Let's talk about how these fucking whatnot ads are so annoying. Please make them stop, bro. Bro, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Last night, Ellie was like, Dakota, you want to know what's so fucking annoying? And just out of my fucking, or whatever, I guess I had this wrote down, so I wanted to, tell her, and tell her I was going to talk about it. But she was talking about it, but she had me guess, and I guessed her right. I was like, let me guess. These fucking whatnot ads. She was like, yes. How'd you know? And then she's literally going on about how she hates the EDM. He's like, and then just like, wow, this fucking card, a 1 of 1. Whoa! It's the same thing about the fucking Christine Rock Blueface shit, bro. It's just in my face, bro. I opened up a couple UFC cards, bro. Chill out. Oh my god. I opened up a couple UFC cards. I'm not downloading whatnot. 99% of them shits are scams. The cards are resealed. We've seen the videos. Stop pushing YouTube ad whatnot fucking videos to me. I can probably fucking request to not see that type of shit, but fuck you. I'm tired of it. Anyway, my girlfriend doesn't even open up cards, and she's literally fucking getting these ads and hating it and getting mad. Are our phones interdimensionally connected? Who knows? And if they are, I hope my fucking upstairs neighbors are getting fucking whatnot ads too. Anyway, yeah, fuck whatnot, bro. Number 7, this is a good one. Bring back solids. When's the last time you did a solid for somebody? When did the idea of a solid vanish into thin air? COVID? Maybe. I don't know. But what I'm trying to get at is, yesterday I was, whatever, I'm saying it how it is. I love my fucking life. I was on the bathroom toilet, using the restroom, doing whatever I want to do. And I was like, Ellie, can you please do me a solid? And I really needed her to do it. And you know the stigma that comes with a solid. I think it was Regular Show that installed this in my brain. Was if you don't fucking respect what a solid is and don't owe her a solid back and say you do, she does ask for a solid and you don't do it, the fabric and time, the fabric of reality and time and all that shit will crumble before your very eyes. So let's bring back solids. Let's start trusting each other again. Let's start an eye for an eye, an arm for an arm. Let's help each other. Let's bring back solids. Anyway, what I was saying, the solid I asked her to get me was a bowl of weed and a lighter, please. And bring it to me on the toilet so I can smoke. I really want to smoke right now, and I didn't want to wait. That's why we have girlfriends. That is why. Not the sole purpose why, but one of them for sure. Yeah, let's bring back solids. I challenge you today to ask your friend or your brother or your father, if you have one, your mother, for a solid. Can you please bring me a pop, please? Do me a solid and bring me a pop. Thank you. I owe you a solid. And then it's just a favor is a favor. But a lot of people are being pretty stingy on these favors. So let's just start calling them solids again. Besides bringing back solids, number 8, finally. Locks from last week's recap. Let's recap that. I'm going there right now. Alright, guys. Starting off. Muslim Salikov by Karate KO somehow. Couldn't have been worse. Literally could not have been worse. He got No, he didn't get. I mean, it could have. He could have got flatline KO'd, but he basically ate this head kick that didn't look like it connected, but you could tell it did a little bit, kind of like maybe a little flash. And he ate a crazy right, or he ate something down the middle. I think it was a left hand, like a cross. Dude was in southpaw, whatever, and just basically fell back and got TKO'd. I've only done a couple of these locks, and they're not locking. You know what I'm saying? My next lock, which was obviously gonna happen. Where is it at? My bad. Matt Schnell by loss. Matt Schnell by somehow losing. It happened. He got guillotined. And then Joseph Morales, I think his name was, hit his 6'7". You know what I'm saying? He went or whatever. He looked good. That was a good fight. Joseph Morales looked good. Matt Schnell looked like shit. He hit. What was I? I'm pretty sure I brought it up when I was talking about it. He's gonna double. He double tapped like he did to Cody Durden. He did to the guillotine. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Besides Matt Schnell by loss, my last lock was Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio is a guaranteed scrap/finish. I'm not. I literally don't remember. I need to rewatch. I should have did research before talking about this again. But obviously, I watched it happening. Marco Tulio got fucking knocked the fuck out, and I think it was the second round. Might have been the first. Bro, I hate seeing Marco Tulio's body slumped like that. That gives me the fucking chills down my spine. I was about to say the ick, but it's not an ick. Don't worry, Marco. It's not an ick. It makes me uneasy, queasy. It makes me feel fucking sick to my stomach seeing your body limped like that. And I fuck with Christian Leroy Duncan. His striking is, bro, he looks fucking crazy. Marco Tulio's decent. He's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But seeing how Christian Leroy Duncan just looks better and better and better and better every fight. I know people have been saying it, but I'm here to repeat it. The potential behind that man is crazy. And I hope that he continues to do what he does because it's very good in his head. I think it was his head movement, his striking. Everything just looked good. He was throwing crazy combos that I throw in UFC 5, so that's fucking cool. Fuck, man. I really wanted Marco Tulio to win that fight, but it is what it is. It went 2 for 3. That's 66%. That's a D. That's a D. If that's all right, whatever. I'm gonna go back. Sorry, I'm in the wrong fucking one. I was about to start talking about the locks from the last episode. Next one. All right. This is we got to get kind of serious for this one because this is actually very fucking horrible. And it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. What the fuck just happened? Oh, never mind. Sorry, we're right back. I thought I fucking deleted all the notes. Dorian fight week Harris got called off. It was last week, I know. But the last video I made was on Monday last week. And then after I made that video talking about it, I went to the gym. And Dorian came in. I dap up Dorian. Dorian, let's fucking go. It's fight week. Are you excited? How's your weight? Everything good? He hits me with the news that he has to pull out because of something. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to destroy Dorian's whole life and give his ops a chance. But he got injured somehow, somewhere. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But it fucking sucks because I'm so excited for anyone in my gym. Not my gym. I don't own it, but my gym that I train at. For anyone to get a shot at, what is it? A belt. There's like a really good fight, like a test, like a scrap, like just the fact that anyone's active, it really gets me excited. I want the best for everybody when I train, who I train with, because we train good. They beat my ass, I beat their ass. It's good. We sharpen each other's tools or whatever. But bro, I felt so bad. I felt so fucking bad. And trying not to speak on it more or whatever, but seeing that, I think it was on the fight was looking like it was going to be some light work. I'm not trying to say Tay's light work. I respect everyone's game and where they're at. We're all amateurs. It's all for the love of the game. So there's no diss towards anybody. No, please don't take it like that. But it's just like I think Dorian would have had it. Dorian just seems more technically sound, more just efficient, more defensive, more in and out, more in, pop a knee, pop out, throw a cross, head kick, like just whatever. Just technically sound. Mr. Technique is what we call him. Mr. Technique Dorian Harris. Sorry. But yeah, so if it happens in the gym, obviously I'm trying to put on for the gym. It's part of the reason why I do this. We got to relay the message. Dorian Harris 5 week did get called off. Week of. It's very unfortunate. We all wish Dorian a great, healthy recovery. He needs to stay away from the gym so he can actually rest and heal. I know it sucks, Dorian. Because when I was out for an injury, I couldn't fucking, I'm not saying I couldn't move, I could move, but I knew that the more I moved and tried to hit the bag, I would hurt myself more. So, and you know that too. You're not fucking stupid. I don't got to tell you that. You were literally telling me that. But, fuck, man. It just sucks to actually see that type of shit. I've seen that shit way too much in the gym. It happens more than you think, fights falling through and stuff. But, yeah, let's all come together. Wish Dorian a good recovery. If you believe in God and pray, please pray for my teammate Dorian. Sad week for ATT Sandy Springs, but on to the next. I don't even know who's fighting next. I don't think we have any fights going on for the rest of the year. If anything gets, signed or whatever, that, it's regional MMA, Muay Thai, whatever, we can talk about it. It's not that fucking big a deal. It's not the UFC. There's no NDAs or whatever. There's no promo on the line. But, yeah, I don't think there's anyone from the gym that's signed for another fight until after the holidays, so... like I said, I think I already said it or whatever. But if one does, I'll let you know because I will be fucking hyped. But last one, and I think this is pretty chill. I think I'm gonna start doing this. I know it might not mean anything right now. Okay, it might not mean anything right now, but one day it will, and I can guarantee that. Just give me time. Let me be consistent. Do what I need to do. But number 10. Sorry. What day is it? It's Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. This is the first ever inductee into the DIORPIUM Hall of Fame. And who more than the guy right here, Walking Buckley. Got the signature right there. New Mensa, Joaquin Buckley. The main reason why I bought this fucking poster, man. Yes, it's the last fight he had against Usman and lost. It happened here in Atlanta, so be it. I don't care. I was excited to see Joaquin Buckley. The reason he's in my DIORPIUM Hall of Fame as the first ever inductee into the DHF is because his grind set, his mindset, his hunger, I want to say activity, but he's been out, but for good reason. Hasn't been on social media. He's been in the gym grinding. I assume focusing on grappling. I'd assume so, considering how his last fight went, whatever. But before he lost to Usman, and fuck MMA fans for just moving on so quick, he was in the conversation for being one more fight away from like a number one contender fight or like, whatever. Because say he beat Usman, I guarantee you they'd have him fight Bilal instead of Ian Gary, or like I'm not gonna say he would jump Islam or whatever for a title shot, but he would be more obviously he would have won the fight, not lost. But like I said, his grind set, his mentality, his consistency, his hunger, his drive, is everything. Go follow him on Instagram and you'll know what I mean. I've been following him for a long time. And I think, what was his name? This is kind of odd, not related, but Simeo, a very, very amazing photographer. The guy who took some of my photos for my kickboxing fight or whatever. He used to do like a bunch. He's a photographer, you know what I'm saying? And he gotten a bunch of photos of Joaquin Buckley when I think they fought in Missouri, Kansas City or something. A long time ago. I think it was the Derek Lewis main event that was in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah, just way back when, bro, before Joaquin was even like on like the come up for real. I'm not trying to say I'm a day one fan because I'm not. I don't want to lie, but I'm glad that I found out who he was, and he really motivates me with all the things that I said because I don't know. I'm assuming. Listen. We all come from something. Some of us come from essentially nothing. I'm one of those people. I'm not trying to, a pity party. It's not a pity party. But seeing how he handles it gives me hope and motivates me. I want it, but I want it more than the guy across from me. I promise you that. And I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show the world that. That's why I train 4 days a week. I wish I could train more than 4 days a week, but a man has to work and live. But I'm lifting. I'm running. I'm doing bag work. I'm doing technique. I'm sparring twice a week. Trust me. I'm doing the work I need to do. And I will be doing more soon. Not soon. I gotta do jujitsu and MMA more, but I'm really trying to focus on my striking right now. We all know this, whatever. But shout out Joaquin Buckley. I really fuck with Joaquin Buckley and his mindset, everything. New Mansa. Don't forget about him just because he lost to Kamaru Usman and got held down for 5 rounds. All right. That's how I guess. I guess. Oh my god, that's how I'm ending off the episode. How should I end this off? I don't really have nothing to show you, so I guess I will show you this. Evil berries. Anyway, I got this from a Half Evil drop. I got this. I think I ordered a hoodie or some shit, and they sent this as well. Obviously, you just put shit in it. It's not real. The bottom opens or whatever. But yeah, it's Evil Berries. You can actually read deep into that thing, and it says everything. I don't know if you guys want to pause or read. That's backwards, so I wouldn't. But it's pretty cool, whatever. I guess this too, if y'all want to know what I smell like in real life. Your Turn by Billie Eilish. Some say it's a perfume. I'm a man. I say it's a fragrance. It smells great. It smells rich, and that's what I'm trying to be. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. You guys enjoy your day. If this is your morning, enjoy your coffee. Run a mile. If you're running right now, an extra, whatever. You know, I say it every time. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, especially if you actually stayed till right now. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, all that. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to beg for it, but it does go a long way. My last words and final thoughts or opinions. I'm going to try to make a 2026 Dirty Boxing Prospects video to watch out for, but I need to do more research because I only have 2 names right now, and I want to do at least 4 or 5. But I need to find the perfect guys. I need to rewatch these fights and stuff. But I will be doing that once I do some more research because I need to rewatch these fights or whatever. But thank you. Take care. Goodbye.